I'm just gonna be straightforward with all this stuff. It was a good episode. It was not a great episode. It was a good episode. I liked it. In no way am I putting this episode down. It just wasn't my favorite. I wasn't a big fan of the beginning. The dinosaur was kind of wasted. It was mainly there for hype for the episode and everything, but after the dinosaur exploded, it was hardly ever mentioned again, and it didn't do that much for the episode, except give us something to awe at. The dinosaur not being there wouldn't have detracted much from the episode, considering that it was already an extra long episode, so it didn't even need to have the dinosaur bit in there. And it barely serves anything to the plot. And also the introduction to the Doctor and the TARDIS and everything was a bit weak too. I was really hoping for something like in the 11th hour when it shows right after he regenerates. But instead we got something more like the Christmas Invasion where it shows the TARDIS landing after he's regenerated, not right after. I did like the part with Vastra, Jenny, and Strax though, but I felt Vastra and Jenny were like, they talked about them being married and a lesbian couple like a lot. Like, we know they're a couple, we know they're married and everything, but they like they said it a lot. Also, the special effects for this episode weren't that good. I mean, the Time of the Doctor, the last episode, was awesome. The special effects were amazing in that, and even the 11th hour didn't have very good effects, but all the stuff with the TARDIS looked real. In this episode, a lot of the stuff with the TARDIS didn't look that real. Luckily, we're getting away from the negatives. Let's get on to more of the positives. The Doctor being in the nightgown in the bed was very reminiscent of the Christmas Invasion, which was a very good episode. I was a little disappointed. I actually wanted him to be injured or something. I actually had this cool idea. Throughout the episode, the Doctor keeps protecting people and saving other people by getting himself injured, and then he just regenerates, and then by the end of the episode it's beat the clock to say I got 30 minutes left until I'm able to die, and he has to do all this stuff and get himself injured in that time, or else after that he really does get injured and die. He can't just use the regeneration power to fix himself. I thought that would have been interesting, but no, they didn't do that much, but they don't always need to. I mean, the Matt Smith didn't do that, and neither did the 9th Doctor. Something that was great in this episode was Vastra, Jenny, and Strax holding a lot of the episode on their own. It really seems like they're pushing to get their own series, which it sort of seemed like that in season 7, but now in this episode it really shows that they're kind of pushing to get their own series. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but I think it's a great idea. They could still be on Doctor Who, but they would also be on, I don't know, whatever the name of their show would be, like the Paternoster Gang or something like that. I'm not a big fan of the other Doctor Who spin-offs like the Sarah Jane Smith Adventures or Torchwood. Peter Capaldi was a little weird with his acting to start with, but he's adjusting to a new role, so I'm sure he'll do fine in future episodes, and plus the Doctor itself was disoriented and he got better over the course of the episode. The main plot of the episode with all the clockwork droids and everything was actually quite intriguing and very interesting and intense. The title didn't correlate to the plot that much, but I like the correlation between the title and that part where Clara has to hold her breath and she's like crying because she can't breathe. And the scene in the restaurant right before they're taken down was awesome. It was great. It added more mystery, and at the end the Doctor even adds that this is the person who put the ad in the paper is probably the same person who gave Clara the TARDIS's number in the Bells of St. John. One thing that was absolutely perfect was the phone call between Clara and the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith. It was amazing. We knew about this months in advance, but this was even more than we thought. We thought it was going to be about a 10-second phone call, and you just hear the audio, but I could not stop. They were saying some really dramatic stuff, and it was great, but I could not stop smiling whenever he was on screen. Like, there he is. Which reminds me, the last third or fourth was like the strongest part of it. It was the best part of the episode, and the slight redecoration of the TARDIS I liked too. Though I would have preferred that the 11th Doctor kept his interior design to the TARDIS that he got in season 5, and the 12th Doctor was the one who got the new updated version of it with the one it is now. But for the rest of season 7, Matt Smith had the normal orange one from earlier in season 7. I'm stuttering, I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, it was an all-around pretty good episode. I give it 6 TARDISes out of 10. And for the segment with Matt Smith, out of 10 TARDISes, I give it 11. So that was my review of Doctor Who Season 8, Deep Breath. Stay tuned for Into the Dalek and future reviews of Under the Dome. Anyway, that's about it, so hopefully you stuck around. I personally wouldn't have. I would have been out watching Deep Breath again, which I'm probably going to do. Anyway, like I said, that's about it. So until next time, I bid you all goodbye.